Before we start, I want you to think about this honestly. Have you ever spent time with people, laughed, talked, everything seemed fine, but the moment you got home, you felt exhausted, drained, even slightly irritated for no clear reason? That feeling is not random. That is data. And your body has been trying to tell you something long before your mind is willing to admit it. Welcome back to Mind Care is Self-Care. This is where we stop guessing about our mental health and start understanding it. Because today we're doing something most people avoid. We are auditing your social circle. Not emotionally, not dramatically, but strategically. Because the truth is simple. You are not just tired, you are leaking energy. And most of those leaks are happening through people you interact with every single day. Let's start with something most people ignore. Your body always knows first. Before your thoughts catch up, before you make excuses for someone, before you rationalize staying in certain relationships, your nervous system reacts. You feel it as tightness in your chest, sudden fatigue, brain fog, irritation, emotional heaviness, that weird feeling after certain conversations. That is not overthinking. That is biofeedback. Your body is literally tracking social stress in real time. And if you don't learn how to read it, you will keep placing yourself in environments that slowly drain you. So the first step in this audit is simple. We establish your baseline. Over the next few minutes, I want you to mentally review the last 30 days of your life. Think about the people you've interacted with. Now don't analyze them yet. Analyze yourself. How did you feel before meeting them? How did you feel during? And most importantly, how did you feel after? Because this is where the truth lives. Some people leave you energized, clear, motivated. Others leave you drained, confused, emotionally heavy. And here's the key shift. Stop judging the person and start measuring the impact. This is not about labeling people as good or bad. This is about understanding. What does this interaction do to my energy? Now we go deeper. Because not all draining relationships look obvious. Some are hidden behind something very dangerous: obligation. You keep showing up because we've known each other for years. I don't want to be rude. They need me. It's just how things are. But here's the uncomfortable truth. History is not a reason to stay connected. And obligation is one of the biggest sources of emotional burnout. So now we introduce something powerful: the obligation versus connection matrix. Every relationship in your life falls into one of these categories. Either it is built on genuine connection or emotional obligation. Connection feels natural. There is flow, mutual respect, balanced energy exchange. But obligation feels heavy, forced, draining, like something you have to do. And the longer you ignore this difference, the more exhausted you become. Now let's talk about a specific type of interaction you need to identify immediately. I call this the emotional taxpayer. This is the person who constantly needs support, needs advice, needs your time, needs your energy, but rarely gives anything back. And over time, you become their emotional resource. But here's the problem. You are not being supported, you are being used. Now, to be clear, there's a difference between someone going through a hard time and someone who lives in chaos. A healthy relationship has seasons. Sometimes you give more, sometimes you receive more, but an energy drain, it is consistent, predictable, repeating. And if you're honest, you already know who that person is in your life. Now we quantify it, because this is where it becomes real. After certain interactions, how long does it take you to recover? Is it 10 minutes, 1 hour, half a day, a full day? That recovery time is not small. That is your life being consumed. If one conversation drains you for hours and you have multiple of those per week, you are spending a large percentage of your life recovering from people. And that is the invisible hemorrhage. It doesn't look dramatic, but over time, it destroys your focus, your productivity, your mood, and your mental health. Now we move into action, because awareness without action changes nothing. This is where most people hesitate, because they think, I need to confront everyone. You don't. You need strategy, not drama. We call this the surgical social prune, and it starts with something simple but powerful. Distance. Not loud, not aggressive. Quiet. You reduce exposure. You stop over-responding. You stop over-explaining. You stop making yourself constantly available. This alone will shift your entire energy system. Now, for the people you cannot completely avoid, you introduce boundaries, not emotional reactions. Clear, calm limits. You begin saying things like, I can't talk about this right now. I'm focusing on something important. I need some time to myself today. And here's what you need to understand. Boundaries don't push people away. They reveal who respects you, because the people who truly value you will adjust, and the ones who don't, they were benefiting from your lack of boundaries. Now comes the most important shift. You don't just remove energy drains, you replace them. Because nature hates a vacuum. If you don't intentionally fill your space, old patterns will return. So now you ask, who actually energizes me? Who inspires clarity? Who feels light to be around? Who challenges me in a healthy way? And you begin to invest more into those relationships, because the goal is not isolation. It is a sustainable ecosystem. Now imagine your life after this reset. You wake up and your mind feels lighter. Your energy is more stable. You are no longer constantly recovering from interactions. You are present, focused, clear. That is not luck. That is alignment. But here's the final piece most people miss. This is not a one-time audit. This is a system, because if you don't check regularly, old habits return. So every month you pause, you reflect. You ask, who drained me this month? Who energized me? Where did I overextend? Where did I protect my energy well? And you adjust again and again until it becomes natural. Because at the end of the day, your energy is your life. And every interaction is either adding to it or taking from it. And once you start seeing that clearly, you stop giving it away so easily. If this opened your eyes, type I protect my energy in the comments. And if you're ready to take your mental clarity, boundaries, and emotional health seriously, stay connected to Mindcare is self-care. Because here, we don't just talk about feeling better. We build systems that actually protect your mind. Take your energy back. This month, you audit and you reset.